Hello, everybody. Good morning to those in Ireland. Good afternoon to those who are in continental Europe and in Greece. I'll do my best Greek here. It's Kalasorisma and Karimera. Sorry. Um, you're very, very welcome to this event that we have today. Sorry, Jerry, I'm just going to mute you. Um, so welcome to the workshop on innovation and digitization in children's health literacy. Today we're going to have guest speakers from Greece and from Ireland. We're going to talk about the HealthCraft project and everything that we've created in this. So my name is Juanita Blue. I'm the lead coordinator on behalf of ATU of the Erasmus Plus HealthCraft project. It's an EU-funded project. And I've worked on this project with my colleagues, Dr. Owen Fury and Dr. Louise McBride. We also have colleagues from Harikopio University in Athens. So this is Professor Conturgiani and Dr. Alexandra Giorgio and Athanasia Kirkili. We have colleagues from Ataman, who are gamification specialists. That's Gregory Koktis. We have STEM specialists from Shift. That is Marina Stempoli and Nefeli Berbaku. And they also represent the Maraitis School in Athens. It's a primary school in Athens. And we have Learning Seed, who are education innovators, and that's Miss Georgia Griever. And lastly, our last partner is Skolcolm Kill in Letterkenny, led by Pori Cannon and other teachers, Jenny Carr, Trish Shields, and so forth, many of who are here today. So I just wanted to say, this project has been amazing. This is actually my second project using HealthCraft for education for children's literacy in something. This one was focused on health. I also did I led a media literacy project, and it's an incredibly powerful platform to reach children who are digitally native and, teach them in a way that they want to be taught. So the innovation of this project has been incredible. I'm going to have my colleague, Dr. Owen Fury, speak to you about the types of resources that we've developed. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Athanasia, and she's going to speak to you about serious games in children's health literacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One moment to share my presentation. Okay, good morning, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here today to discuss a significant and timely topic, the development of serious games for promoting children's health. In particular, I will present the experience of the HealthCraft project. Child health is a key part of overall well-being and development. Taking care of children's physical, mental, and emotional health sets the foundation for a healthier adulthood. Healthy children tend to do better in school, build stronger social relationships, and form good habits that can help prevent chronic diseases later in life. Recent data show a growing problem. More and more children are becoming overweight or obese. Many children spend too much time in front of screens, and this leads to what we call a sedentary lifestyle. Such a lifestyle does not just affect their physical health, with risks like obesity, diabetes, and heart problems. It also affects their mental health, causing issues like anxiety and low self-esteem. Traditional methods of teaching health often face serious challenges. Many children simply do not find lessons about nutrition or exercise interesting or engaging. These approaches are usually based on passive learning, like lectures, reading tasks, or memorizing facts, with little interaction. As a result, students lose interest and they do not retain important information that could help them build healthy habits. And this lack of effective health education has really consequences. When children do not develop healthy habits early, it can affect not only their bodies but also their minds and social lives. For example, children who are overweight or unhealthy often face stigma, bullying, or even exclusion from their peers. This does not just hurt their confidence, it can also limit their social skills. On top of that, ongoing health problems can affect how well they do in schools and how resilient they feel emotionally. That's why we need the new approaches to health education, ones that are interactive, engaging, and practical. Approaches that truly help children connect with the material and apply it in their everyday life. In response to the limitation of traditional health education, one promising approach is the use of serious games. Serious games are digital or physical games designed not just for entertainment but to serve a deeper purpose, whether it's education, health promotion, or social change. Unlike traditional video games, where the main goal is fun or competition, serious games aim to support learning, promote behavior change, or help users develop specific skills. What makes them powerful is that they still use the engaging, interactive, and even immersive feature of gaming, which children already love, but apply them in meaningful contexts. So, what makes a game a serious game? First, it's interactive and immersive. Second, it includes clear learning goals or skill building elements which are fully integrated into the gameplay, not just added on top. And third, it can be designed around specific health topics. For example, a game that teaches children about nutrition, physical activity, or how to manage chronic disease conditions like diabetes. So, why do serious games work so well, especially with children? Games naturally capture attention, they make learning enjoyable, and children are far more likely to participate actively and remember what they've learned. These games use classic game mechanics like rewards, points, challenges, and levels, which help and encourage goal setting, persistence, and sense of achievement. Instead of simply listening or reading, children learn through doing. They can explore virtual environments, make decisions, see the consequences, and develop real life skills in a safe and supportive context. This approach also helps build important abilities like problem solving, critical thinking, and decision making. There are three core mechanisms that make them effective. First, serious games are designed to educate. They teach children healthy habits like balance eating or the importance of physical activity through fun, interactive experiences. Instead of reading about health, children live it inside the game. Second, they engage. Games capture children's attention and make learning enjoyable, using gamification elements like points, rewards, challenges, and progress level. Children stay motivated to continue playing and, more importantly, to continue learning. And third, and most importantly, serious games can support behavior change by reinforcing positive action within the game. Children start to translate those same choices into their daily lives. For example, a game that rewards healthy food choices can help a child think twice before choosing junk food in real life. While serious games offer great potential for promoting children's health, it's important to also recognize the challenges and limitations involved in their development and use. One of the most common concerns is related to screen time. Although serious games are designed with positive goals, they still involve time in front of a screen. We need to find the right balance between using digital tools effectively and encouraging healthy offline activities like outdoor play, face to face interaction, and rest. Another challenge is adapting the game to different age groups and learning needs. Children develop at different rates, and what works for a 6-year-old may not be effective or appropriate for a 12-year-old. Designing games that are flexible, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate is crucial. There are also important ethical issues to consider, especially regarding the protection of children's personal data and privacy. Games used in educational or health contexts must comply with strict data protection standards, and developers need to be extremely careful about how data is collected, stored, and used. Keeping children interested over time is another real challenge. Many games attract attention in the beginning but struggle to maintain motivation in the long term. To be truly effective, serious game must involve, provide fresh content, and stay relevant to the user's needs and environment. Finally, the development of serious games for health requires strong interdisciplinary collaboration. It's not enough to just have a good idea. We need educators, health experts, game designers, and technologists working together. Let me now introduce you to the core of our work, the HealthCraft project. The main goal of HealthCraft is simple but powerful: to improve children's health outcome and help them develop healthy habits that can last a lifetime. To achieve this, we developed an engaging educational game and a set of supporting resources specifically designed for primary school children. The idea was to turn health education into something interactive, playful, and meaningful, instead of something they just read about in a textbook. The game focuses on 4 key areas of child health: nutrition, exercise, sleep, and healthy minds. We designed custom Minecraft worlds where every element, from the environment to the task, was carefully built to support health education. Children navigated through different missions and challenges related to nutrition, physical activity, sleep, and healthy minds. With this approach, our main objectives were to make learning fun and interactive, encourage health habits through gameplay, support active participation and engagement with learning process. Minecraft offered us several advantages as a learning tool. Children are already comfortable with the platform, so there is no learning curve to get started. They can build, explore, and interact with scenarios designed around real-life health topics. There are challenges, quests, and health-related missions that help maintain interest and motivation. Minecraft encourages children to explore, ask questions, and discover new things on their own. Through this Minecraft-based approach, students did not just learn about health, they also developed important skills, including critical thinking and problem solving, teamwork and collaboration, especially during multiplayer challenges, digital literacy and other transferable skills they can use across different contexts, active learning and self-directed exploration, skills that support lifelong learning. To sum up, serious games represent a powerful combination of entertainment and education. They bring fun into learning, making especially health education more engaging and effective for children. Minecraft as platform allows children to actively participate in their learning experience, exploring, creating, and practicing health habits in a way that feels natural and motivating. The HealthCraft project clearly demonstrates the potential of Minecraft and serious games in general as innovative tools for promoting children's health. Finally, one of the key lessons from HealthCraft is the importance of interdisciplinary collaboration. When educators, health experts, game designers, and technologists work together, we can create meaningful, effective, and lasting educational experience. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Athanasia, for your talk there. Very, very interesting. And I hope that our participants are starting to see the value in using platforms like Minecraft for Education to teach children about nearly anything. Now I'm going to pass off to my colleague, Dr. Owen Fury, who's going to introduce you to the range of resources that we've developed with the HealthCraft project. So, Owen.
Okay, thank you, Anita, and thank you, Athanasia. That's a lovely overview. Now, in this short period of time, it's going to be difficult because we have so much stuff. We have done a huge amount of work on this project. And I have to say, to echo what Juanita was saying, this is a wonderful project. It's really, really engaging to be on. And we feel like we're really doing something with our time, you know. So thank you very much to all the partners. And whoever's out there, I hope you can find something that you can use within this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you in a quick tour around some of the stuff that this stuff was not quick to create. This stuff took a long, long, long time. So the first one I'm going to start off with is this teacher's toolkit. So I'm assuming that you can see it. Okay. If you can't, please let me know. So to teach this stuff, okay, it's nice and it's wonderful to create the worlds and to create the resources, but the teachers need help. Okay, teachers are very busy, they've lots to do. So we've created the toolkit, and the toolkit basically takes them through and shows them all, gives them lesson plans, what to do, resources right the way through. And there's a lot of work in this, and this has been very well tested with real teachers, not just with academics like us. And there's wonderful stuff in here. So going right the way, or looking at initially, you see we've got obviously the 4 different modules that Athanasia mentioned, you know, healthy eating, physical activity, quality sleep, and healthy minds. The resources, the video training library, which I'll show you, the Minecraft worlds, which I'll show you, but more so from that, this needs to be led by the schools. And the schools are what makes this project so wonderful, because they're the ones that are actually doing it. We can sit here in academia and come up with what we think are lovely ideas, but it actually has to be tested, and the teachers need to agree that this will work. So we've created lessons, or, you know, huge numbers of resources to help them. And with these, there are lesson plans right the way through. There's details on the video training library, what they mean, the Minecraft worlds, how to go through them, what the challenges are, and lots and lots of stuff. Almost everything they could think of, hopefully, to integrate this into what's already a busy schedule for them. So I just can jump briefly to 1 or 2 of these things. I think it should work. So where did I go to? Did I go to where I want to go to? Well, this is an example of one of the lesson plans, and they're divided between different age groups, 8 to 10 or 10 to 12, depending on what people want to do. Some of the classes may be mixed. Gives notes, competencies, the objectives of the lessons, which are very, very important, links to all the varying different resources and videos, and then background stuff. Because while the teachers, they know a lot, they may not have all the detail at the time, but it gives them some notions of different challenges and games. So this one, if you can see it right, it's like an emotion freeze dance, where, you know, play some music while the students move around. When the music stops, show them a card, and the students freeze in a pose representing maybe that emotion. So like something that looks happy, or something that looks excited, or something, you know, love, different things like that. Children love to play with this stuff, so they can do a lot. On 120, I have another one here. Yeah, this is a really nice one. This emotional animal challenge. Okay, because kids love games. Kids love to make up, and the teachers are really good at this. But what we've got to do is we, again, have them up, have them moving around. Happy, get them to bounce like a kangaroo, glide like a swan, you know, creep along like a mouse, whatever it was they're doing. And you can just show the cards at different times as the for whatever it is that you want to show them at the time. So this document, this is a 200-page document with loads of resources. There are different types of games right the way through, all designed out, printables, things that they can take out, that they can use, descriptions of what's happening. So this is for the teachers, has the solutions and has all the resources for the class. Spot the difference. So many different aspects within that. So the teacher's tool, excellent resource, and it's really the rest while they're really nice, they wouldn't work without the teacher toolkit. The teachers are the ones who go, we want to actually deliver this, and we all need a bit of guidance about what was coming through our minds while we were doing that. So the teacher's toolkit is one of the main outputs. The other two are the videos and the Minecraft worlds. Now, within the videos and within the Minecraft world, you may have seen on our logo a little panda, right? The panda is the magic. The panda we call Power Panda, okay? And Power Panda is the relatable character that it features right the way through. Features in everything. Features in the games, features in the videos, and everyone can relate to a panda. And everyone likes a panda. And Power Panda goes through all the challenges. And Power Panda is also in the Minecraft worlds. So he goes through the struggles, and the idea is that the students can identify with this character within there. So Power Panda has been brought to life in so many ways through this project. It's wonderful. So what I'll do is I'll show you briefly some of the videos that we had for this type of stuff. And let me see if I can share this right. So I'm going to just jump over and back a bit between some of the videos and some of the, where am I at? This one, I think. Didn't want that one. Right. So can you see the video library? Tell me if you can't. All of these videos are on YouTube. Okay, so they've all been uploaded and played. Some of you may be looking in Ireland and you're thinking, what is that language? These are in Greek and these are in Dutch as well. So there's lots of different translated versions, and then each one playlist on quality sleep for the different age groups right the way through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you a couple of different ones. And these are, yeah. So the first one, this is designed originally for maybe the younger age group. But as you can see, this is our panda, our Power Panda. And Power Panda does many different things. These are also narrated by children to make them more relatable, along with text on there. And then the text is translated in, as I say, in Greek as well, and in Dutch. And the number of requests Juanita has had for people to translate to other languages. Great. If you want to do this, there's a lot of work, but it can be done. So I'll just play a little bit of this and tell me if the sound is playing. This is the yeah.
I think that there's no sound, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. So apologies there. I thought I had activated the sound, but the joys of technology. So this Power Panda, this has been narrated, and again, there's different voices. We actually use different children. Now, Juanita and I actually use our own children to narrate these things. So her daughter Clodagh is narrating this one, and Clodagh is a pupil in Skull Kill, so they'll be very proud of that. But it's lovely. It takes Power Panda through the things he wants to do to find the nutrients he needs, and then he can go to the supermarket and ask his parents. So these are little short videos where the kids are identifying, they're learning while they're watching the videos, and these are short. These are 2 or 3 minutes each, and the teacher can show them and then talk through and do whatever other activities they want in relation to them. Another one here is these are for the slightly older groups, and these are kind of like info type of videos. And again, this was narrated by Leaden, my daughter. But again, it's to do with physical activity and taking through the, oh, sorry. She is talking that I can hear, but I don't think that you can actually hear this. So apologies. But it goes right the way through different things, explains the different aspects. What did I wanted? Something up here. Even concepts, funnily enough, that some of us mightn't straight away know. This is talk about physical activity versus exercise, and it does go in a bit deeper. And I would talk about the different types of anaerobic exercises, strengthening exercise, aerobic, the different type ones to let the kids learn this and know the value of the different types of things they're doing. And we're putting this into their mind at a young age. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show the videos. I'm just going to try and reshare that to see does the sound include. So it may work now. Where did I go?
This is where being a doctor in computer science is useful, getting the sound to work in a workshop.
Does anyone know a computer scientist? Myself and Juanita are. Try this now.
Or you can use special training equipment, like the equipment they have at a gym.
So
You should always try to be physically active, no matter what the weather or what the sport.
yeah, can you hear the sound there? Is the sound coming through now? I think.
Yes,
May have
the
been.
sound's
Yeah.
coming through. Maybe if you could go back to the original.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, sorry, I'm jumping back to this earlier one with
To be active, good at feel exhausted. He realizes that to be active, good at school, and perform best at games, he needs energy and nutrients all throughout the day. All that for a trip to the
So-
supermarket to get.
he wants to go to the shop. You know, he tells the parents this would be a wonderful world where he tells the parents we have to go and buy these nice things, not these bad things. And again, Clodagh's narrating through about learning about the foods. These are important things anyway, but this is a different delivery message or delivery method. Now, the videos are, they're plain messages that the schools already try and do in general, apart from possibly the sleep. I don't think they do as much of that, but taking them through in detail. And this one beautifully narrated by Clodagh in Skull Column Kill, they say. So the videos, there's videos on every topic, broken down, a large number of them, and the kids watch these. They're short. Their attention spans are short, so they just watch them in a short way. But they're learning at this. The teachers can decide which approach they want to take to emphasize the varying different points. And then moving on to the actual game. The gamification stuff is obviously some of the, the nice parts on top. And this is for any of the gaming students who may be watching. This is a career. We have a wonderful Minecraft world developer called Greg. And Greg he's brought to life all the ideas we have, and it's fantastic. So just show you briefly, this is a little bit of one where, he's got some, for those unfamiliar with Minecraft, this Power Panda is the character, so Power Panda's playing, and he's getting little directions of what to do. So destination is Sunny Meadows. We sat down with the teachers for ages and created all these challenges and the worlds that would be there. So the Fitness Fairy guide you through running and jumping activities, help you find the Ruby. Power Stone that enhances speed and stamina. So just give you a moment of this. The Power Panda is given instructions to the child, in this case, who's playing, but Power Panda is in all of these, telling them to go through, following the road to the Fitness Fairy. For those who understand Minecraft, this will be common. They go and they have a conversation, they interact, and they decide what they want to do. So I know we're having a lot of time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to a little bit of the game in Quality Sleep, and this one was really kind of fun. There's lots of different games and challenges in here. But in this case, they'd learned about foods. Oh no, this is sleep, sorry. They learned about sleep, and they've also been learning about foods, and they know that some foods are not good for sleep. So in this case, they're playing a game where they're trying to avoid foods that are falling onto them. Who do we have here? An annoying panda and their little friend. So this is the child. Would you like to eat something before bed? And offering them big bits of chocolate cake. So they're going through the game. The kids found this fun. This was tested extensively. So I'll just play a little of this. Let's see. Yes. You fell from my trap. It's not good. Villainous control of the domain. So then they go on trying to find their way through the world. Oh no, all the heavy foods are falling down and they have to decide which ones are okay and which ones to avoid. They don't want to be eating pizza before bed. All fizzy drinks, lots of different things like that. So it's really fun. And for any of you watching, this is an interesting thing. Like the audience. Okay. I'm not the audience, but the kids are the audience, and the kids really, really enjoy this stuff. It's their world, as Juanita was saying, and Nathan say, they're digital natives. They're used to this type of interaction. Now, we're not keeping them on there all the time, but what we are doing, sorry, someone's come in, could we mute? It's using something that they're familiar with to reinforce the concepts that parents are trying to tell them, that teachers are trying to tell them. And it's also designed broadly so that not all kids are the same. Okay, and not all kids in the class, every teacher knows that they're all different and they all have different needs. So we're not assuming anything with this. We're taking them through everything, and everyone hopefully will get something from this, which is then backed up by the other activities in the classroom. So the resources, again, there's a huge amount of work, and my sincere thanks to everyone on the team, and particularly Juanita for leading this, and when necessary, doing more than leading it, and really working really, really hard on these. But it's a wonderful thing, and it only works really well because we've all worked together. And that's what these projects are about. And this project, it really is. I'm fortunate, like others here, to be involved in many projects, but this is the one I want to tell people about. This is the one I'm excited about. And I love to see it happening in the school. And the fact that we have a local school is wonderful. So, Juanita?
Yeah, I might add there, each of these resources as they were developed, so we started with the InfoBite videos. So there's 5 per age group, per module, being healthy eating, quality sleep, and so forth. They were developed first and they were tested in Scoil in Ireland, and they're also tested in the Moretus School in Athens, with in total over 400 children. And we met nothing but positive response from that. The Minecraft Worlds were also tested in the same 2 schools with over 400 children, as was the toolkit as well. So these resources have been tested extensively, and we really felt from the teachers that they were crying out for new innovative resources. That the teachers that we consulted with had all said that they spend a lot of time developing their own resources because they can't find what they need out there. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much, Owen, for an introduction to those. You can find all of the resources on the HealthCraft website. I'll be following up with an email after you attend here, and I'll give you the website address. So now I'm going to pass on to Dr. Alexandra Giorgio. She is a nutritionist at Haracopio University in Athens, and she's going to speak to you about nutrition and physical activity in children's health education. Thank you, Alexandra.
Thank you very much, Juanita. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. It is a very important day for us presenting our work. As said, my name is Alexandra Georgiou. I'm a dietitian, nutritionist, and research associate in Haracopio University of Athens in Greece, which is one of the 6 partners of the HealthCraft project. My presentation is about nutrition and physical activity in children's health literacy, and let me share it with you so that we can start. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay. So let's begin by asking, what is health literacy? As mentioned before, it is the ability to understand and use health information to make good choices. And why do we need to focus on children's health literacy? First of all, because healthy habits established in childhood...
Sandra, sorry,
Yes.
excuse me, Alex, could you just put into presentation mode? We can see your whole PowerPoint screen there.
I tried, but maybe it's not shared.
It's sharing, but it's just the whole screen.
Neither now.
It's probably
okay.
opening in a different window, maybe.
Okay, I'll put it in PDF. Maybe that will work better. Give me a minute.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, it's okay. Just a minute. Okay. So, okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's start from where I was. Why focus on children? Healthy habits established in childhood have lifelong benefits, and establishing a healthy lifestyle pattern early in life may have a beneficial impact on health promotion, well-being, and disease prevention over the course of decades. So let's analyze healthy habits a bit more in detail with a focus on nutrition and physical activity. Starting with the basics of nutrition, we focus on the quantity and quality of foods consumed. Regarding quantity, that directly affects weight management through energy balance. In simple words, when the energy or otherwise the calories we consume from food are equal to those we burn with physical activity through the day, we are in energy balance, thus our weight is stable. If the calories we consume are more than those we burn, this leads to energy surplus, thus weight gain, possibly leading to obesity. On the other hand, when we burn more calories than we consume, we are in energy deficit, leading to weight loss. Especially obesity is one of the main problems that our children face, with 1 to 10 to 1 to 5 children being obese in Europe, according to recent data from the World Health Organization. And it is not only a problem of childhood, since it is proven that obese children and adolescents are around 5 times more likely to be obese in adulthood than those who are not obese. So it is a state also having long-term consequences through the lifespan. But it is not only quantity, but also quality of food that concerns us. On average, only 1 in 5 children in Europe seem to adhere to a healthy dietary pattern, and low adherence to a healthy pattern was associated with increased body mass index, which is an index of how good is our weight regarding our height. Children with a low adherence to a healthy pattern had higher time spent in sedentary behavior during the day too, and we'll comment on that later on. From another huge study between 23 European countries regarding eating habits of children, it was shown that 8 in 10 children ate breakfast regularly, but only 4 in 10 children consumed fresh fruit, and only 2 in 10 children consumed vegetables every day. Although 10% of those children ate sweet snacks and soft drinks every day. So, why do we focus on poor diet quality and childhood obesity? Because both aspects of childhood malnutrition lead to multiple health issues, even in childhood, such as cardiovascular and endocrine disease, respiratory disease, along with poor sleep quality and quantity, gastrointestinal and hepatic disease, mental health disorders, and psychosocial problems. Poor nutrition also affects growth, neurological development, and cognitive performance in childhood. As we noted in the energy balance principles, it is not only what we consume, but also what we burn through physical activity. And physical inactivity of youth is also of great concern, as we have recent data showing that 85% of adolescents have insufficient physical activity according to the guidelines. And although regular physical activity seems to lead to improved physical fitness, cardiometabolic health, bone health, positive cognitive outcomes, mental health, and reduced body fat, this behavior has several negative consequences, mainly leading to increased adiposity and thus weight, poorer cardiometabolic health, poorer fitness, poorer behavioral contact and prosocial behavior, and reduced sleep duration. Last but not least, we have to make a note on the prevalence of several behavioral, developmental, and learning issues that seem to be positively correlated to the amount of screen time spent by children as part of their increased sedentary behavior. So after making clear why we should focus on nutrition and physical activity literacy of children, let's see the main components of the guidelines related to these parameters that we chose to incorporate in the relevant modules of the HealthCraft project. So after careful research on the relevant literature and guidelines, we decided on focusing on these 5 key components of the healthy eating habits. We focused on essential food groups, which are they and how children can distinguish between them, the recommended portions and frequency of consumption of each of them. We focused on fruits and vegetables in particular, regarding the frequency and quantity of the recommended intake for children, how they should opt for very different colors and the seasonality of these foods, and we gave emphasis on the micronutrients, fibers, and other bioactive compounds that they have. We also focused on good hydration, how children can recognize the basic signs of dehydration, and we underlined water as the main source of hydration. We also underlined the importance of breakfast for children, the main elements of a complete and balanced breakfast, and what are the basic effects of regularly eating breakfast on children's health. And finally, we focused on healthy and unhealthy snacks and how children can identify them. Following are the 5 key components of the benefits of physical activity that we focused in the project. namely, what are the differences between physical activity and exercise, aerobic and anaerobic exercise, and what is the recommended amount of each for children. We also focused on social benefits of exercise and what are the soft skills that are developed via team sports. What are the cognitive benefits in learning, focus, and memory? What are the health benefits, mainly on blood flow, muscle strength, flexibility, and body composition, and mental health benefits regarding confidence and feelings of happiness. And now, which is the role of health education in shaping healthy habits in children? Several nutrition and physical activity education interventions in children and adolescents have shown positive effects on the children that participated, leading to an increase in nutrition knowledge, healthier eating habits and attitudes afterwards, greater preferences and increased consumption, especially for fruits and vegetables, better nutritional status, overall a decreased body mass index, a greater adherence to the Mediterranean diet pattern, increased levels of physical activity and better physical fitness and better emotional well-being. Now, the close environment of children, meaning school, family, and the community, are the key areas of intervention regarding nutritional and physical activity education. In terms of school environment, we refer to nutritional and physical activity targeting classes, actively engaging physical exercise classes, and healthy choices in school canteens and meals provided. When we talk about the family environment, the most effective interventions targeted role modeling, family meals, family cooking, and active play. And regarding community, we aim on safer places for physical activity outside or inside, and special programs targeting children and families. However, if we don't make it fun for children, there is great likelihood that any health education intervention would have minimum effect. That's where serious games are incorporated, as I said before, in approaching children and making the messages more easily acceptable. Literature has shown that inclusion of serious games in nutrition and physical activity education has led to increased nutritional knowledge, increased consumption of healthy foods, especially fruits and vegetables, decreased consumption of sugary and processed foods, and positive attitudes and changes in intentions toward healthy eating and physical exercise. So to sum up, nutrition fuels the body, activity strengthens it, but children need health literacy to comprehend this information and transform them into lifelong healthy habits. Thank you very much for your attention.
So much, Alexandra, for your presentation there. In such detail as well for the nutrition elements of the learning material for the HealthCraft project. Obviously, there's an awful lot in this. We have 4 modules, and each module has 5 key themes within. We don't have time to go through all of them, but towards the end of this session, I'll just show you the website quickly, and you'll be able to see the themes that are covered by each of the resources. So now I'm going to pass over to my colleague, Dr. Jerry McWilliams, and he is going to speak to you about, Jerry is actually a cyber psychologist and has done extensive research in platforms for children's education. So he's going to cover our mental well-being, quality sleep, and also the positive aspects of gamification in children's education. Thanks very much, Jerry.
Thank you very much. Well, I have problems with headphones sometimes, so just make sure you correct me if you can't hear me. I assume everything is okay.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'm just going to share my screen now, guys. So it's a pleasure to be here, first and foremost, to be part of this very exciting project. I'm here to talk today about the impact of screens and sleep on mental well-being. Where are we as a society now? What's happening? How is screen time so pervasive, and what impact it's having, and just how this HealthCraft project, which is a brilliant project, is really looking to address this area. One of the key areas, as Juanita says, I'm a cyber psychologist at ATU Donegal, so I love all this stuff. This is my bread and butter. I'm so interested in how the world is changing, how we can harness the technology in a wonderful way, but also sometimes to say at what cost. Okay, so I'll go into my slides here. So as we've seen, and I'll echo what other people have said there's an increasing amount of research globally about the level of sleep the children are getting, typically not meeting recommended sleep levels. So we have a graphic here. So from the age group, we're sort of talking about 6 to 12, maybe 7 to 12 hours, probably more likely 9 to 12 hours. So children seem to be not achieving the required level of sleep that they have. And that's very, very important. Let me say, as you will know, there's nothing that we do when we're awake that isn't impacted by the quality and quantity of the sleep that we've had. Anecdotally, if you've had a bad day, a bad night's sleep, that normally rolls on to the next day and vice versa. You wake up feeling great. You're much more able to perform and interact in the day. And of course, children are the same. So the key functions of sleep, just to go over some of these things, because I know we know these, but it's always interesting to look at this. In terms of for example, our physical growth, our growth hormones are typically released during periods of deep sleep. To get to deep sleep, you have to have a certain amount of sleep in there. It allows the healthy development of our bones, of our organs, and our growth. And the same for our immune function there. So we release the chemicals that allow us to fight infections at certain times, again, in deep sleep. Um, Poor sleep is also associated with long-term inflammation and poorer performing immune systems. If we think of in terms of emotional regulation, God, nothing more key in our children. How do we learn to cope with our irritability, mood swings, increased levels of anxiety are shown for people who aren't getting enough sleep, leading on to depression. And this is all coming from a very early age. And these are developmental years, of course. And what often sets for us at that time endures for the rest of our life. Our physical health, positive sleep is allows us to have reduced likelihood of things like obesity and diabetes. Conversely, as one of my colleagues was saying earlier, negative sleep and inappropriate sleep levels is also linked to increased levels of obesity. Okay, diabetes and those things, and also cardiovascular diseases. And then importantly, with children, cognitive development, how do we learn? How do we exist in society? How do we approach? And how does that spill into our academic performance? Teachers will echo this. My own studies have shown this a lot. If you're lacking sleep, your ability to learn, to concentrate, to have the required level of memory is negatively impacted. In fact, take it a step further back, guys. Attending school is less likely if children haven't had the required level of sleep. So as I says at the start of this, everything we do is affected by our levels of sleep. And these are key facets of our lives. So some research, just to dip into this briefly, the impact of screen time. So there's been systematic reviews have shown that electronic media use is associated with shorter sleep duration. We know that we're seeing that more and more. So children are taking mobiles to bed more. It's being used as rewards more, maybe a little bit inappropriately, and that's actually impacting sleep duration, which is a key facet of sleep here. The quality and the duration of sleep is really ultimately what we're really talking about here. Children who have insufficient sleep actually show differences in the grey matter of the brain, how the brain is structured. So it's not just in terms of the behavior it's impacting, it's how their brain is developing. And anecdotally, if we're impacting on how their brain is developing at an early age in a negative way, that does not bode well for the future. So this is really, really important stuff we're dealing with, okay? In Ireland, as an example, 82% of children have unsupervised access to smart devices in their bedrooms. Now, social media shouldn't be used until 13. People would say beyond that, maybe 16, when you see sometimes how it can be little bit of a cesspit, toxic disinhibition, those type of things. 8 out of 10 children between age 8 and 12 are getting access to these devices. So it's problematic. The blue light suppressing melatonin, cognitive stimulation, the arousal that we get just before bedtime when we should be looking to wind down. So this project is wonderful because a lot of research is showing moderate to large positive effects on exactly what I was talking about game-based learning, cognitive development or social development, the emotional development, motivation and engagement. And this project is spot on with that, because we're harnessing technology in a very, very, very innovative way. So key message, what we're seeing from research is when screen time is controlled and in the right environment, our behavior is simply our interaction with our environment, of course. When the environment is controlled, we have tremendous emotional benefits, social benefits, cognitive development benefits. However, when it's uncontrolled, we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing disrupted sleep and poor well-being across all of those areas that I and my colleagues have touched on so far. So this is wonderful. So obviously, as we've seen, as Owen pointed out so well here, and the resources are wonderful in allowing people to understand this and harness this. Exploring Minecraft to learn the importance of healthy sleep. Okay, so children are actually in Minecraft. My own children love Minecraft. They use it as a wonderful reinforcer. Okay, so it's incorporating the games, the exploration. These are all key tenets of how children learn. The quizzes. Owen played some of the music there. It reminds you of Mario. Anybody of a certain vintage will remember Mario, and the music suddenly brings you back. There's visuals, there's tasks, there's progress, and these are established ways of learning. Think of Duolingo, how it does it. The more you do something, the more you stay at something, the more it endures, the more rewarded you get. And the more it endures, the better we learn. And this platform is wonderful at doing that, okay? So we have a really important narrative, if you like, being built around the importance of sleep, but it's done quite subtly in that it's part of the game and it's learning. And children will accept levels of sleep, things to stop them sleeping, diet, etc., etc. So this is a lovely way of building that narrative that sleep is important. And it's not just from a book, it's not just from a poster, it's from something that they're doing. And that's such an innovative way of reinforcing these behaviors. One of my colleagues says earlier, learning is doing, and that's what they're doing here. They're actively carrying out activities and tasks to achieve rewards based around sleep and the other areas in there. So it's wonderful in that way. Could you get a more engaging thing? Visuals, audio, games, quizzes, all the stuff we talked about, the short form video Owen was showing, quick, snappy, repeatable. Go and watch the video again, learn from it. The different types of learners that we have. Some people love the visuals, some people love the audio, some people love the reading, some people love the quizzes. Many of us love them all. And this really, really ticks all of those boxes. Of course, group work. What is more effective learning than having people learning from their peers? And that never stops. That's what we're actually doing today. We're learning from each other, and children are the same. Minecraft can be played in separate split screens. My children play it regularly, and I hear them squealing and laughing about it, and they love that involvement, watching each other, learning from what they're doing. I find that so rewarding, and the children will find this so rewarding within this HealthCraft project. Also develops lovely emotional engagement about the positivity of sleep. Good sleep equals rewards. Again, just going back to that narrative that we build in there, we have this emotional attachment. I want to win, I want to learn, I want to succeed. And by doing that, I know that positive sleep patterns are part of that. That's a lovely, lovely way of building that throughout this program. Of course, gamification is so powerful. Come back to the Skinner box and the psychology of reward schedules that we see in Xboxes and PlayStations at the minute. It can be problematic. Children can play too much, but this project is designed about controlled exposure to these things and rewarding. So this really turns sleep education into what we consider a really stimulus rich, and it is entirely stimulus rich, fun, interactive learning environment. Let's focus on the word fun there. Children love fun. Children love fun activities. This is packed with the dancing, the singing, and active doing that's involved in this project. And this learning environment is a wonderful way of encompassing all of those things. So, what have we learned about how children learn from research and years and decades of study? Language, play, imitation, exploration, okay, social interaction, games, repetition, and guided practice, correcting. This game's covering them all. Okay, this platform is covering them all. So you couldn't have a more on point, evidence-based learning than this. We tap into each of these to ensure the kids learn this message in such a fun, innovative, stimulating way. just final sort of few points here. The key thing about this is not just designing this platform, it has to endure. Endured learning, continuous learning builds and builds and builds incrementally, and it retains, children retain it longer. We want them to generalize it to the real world, because ultimately that's going to be the test here. Are these skills generalized from these platforms, from the classroom? Do they impact on the real world? That's the ultimate test, as I say here, ultimately to improve the quality of sleep children have. Anecdotally, I say to my son what I was doing today. He asked me every morning, Daddy, what are you teaching today? Sometimes I tell him, sometimes I'm like running out the door. I told him this today, and his response was, using Minecraft in class, best thing ever. And it brought a real smile to my face because I know exactly what he means. In psychology, we have a PREMAC principle, which is if and then. If you do your work, then you can have games. Well, HealthCraft is breaking that and saying we can actually do both at the same time. And I think that's a wonderful thing. So I know I've been quite quick here. I'm just aware of the time. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for listening. If anyone wants to get in contact for anything further, please do. And that's me. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Jerry. Wonderful to have the psychology aspect of children and what we're doing with these resources, and also the focus on sleep, which I must comment in our consultation with teachers in Greece and in Ireland. They said that there's almost no resources for focus on sleep at all. So, through HealthCraft, we're really educating our children as to how important sleep is. And certainly when we were listening to Dr. Alexandra there, we realized how important healthy eating is. Teaching children health education using traditional methods is not easy. They've heard it. They've been told to eat their vegetables. They've been told to get off their screens. They're completely kind of ignoring the messages. So in a bid to have healthier future citizens, healthier future European citizens, which is a big priority of the EU. We need to find better ways to teach our children and to give them these messages. I just wanted to share with you quickly. I know we're at 12 o'clock. I just wanted to share with you quickly the website, if I can. Sorry, 1 second. Always very difficult to share a website. Sorry.
I've got it there, Benita.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, no, that's great. So here we have the website. If you could just snip over to the video library there, Owen, please. So this is the video library. Pick your language. Hopefully there'll be some more languages there soon. This is the English one. You can pick your age group. So if you go to 8 to 10 there. And we have a little carousel there of healthy eating, physical exercise, quality sleep, healthy minds. And within each of those, there are 5 videos covering each of the topics. If you scroll down a little bit, Owen, sorry.
That is
scroll down. Okay, really?
Yeah,
there should be
back to here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Clicked on it. Yeah.
There we go. If you no, go to 8 to 10. There's also quizzes to support each of these. If you scroll down, you'll see them. So these quizzes are designed for the whole class to do. They have the questions and the answers. So it'll go question, and then the answer will be up on the teacher's click of the slides. So they're fully digital. Having done this before on another project, we had children do the quizzes individually. We think that it's actually better and they learn better doing them as a group. The quizzes are also all in text format in the back of the teacher's toolkit as well. The games are downloadable from the website also. There's a supportive manual which has all the solutions in case any of the children are struggling in the class, that the teacher can turn to this. So you can download the games there, and then the teacher's toolkit can be downloaded from the website as well. So we're just coming to the end of the project now. It'll end at the end of November, which I'm sad about. I would love for it to keep going. So the website will evolve a little bit over the next couple of months to become properly user-friendly. And so I'm going to hand over to Owen just for a quick little bit there, and then we'll wrap up.
Yeah, no, thanks very much, Benita. So this is one thing, like dissemination of putting the project out there is one of the things that we get to do, and it's a wonderful thing. And we had myself and Juanita had the privilege of doing this for European Researchers Night along with some of our Greek colleagues. They did it in Athens, and we did it with one of our partner EU Green Alliance universities in Parma. And from this we went all out. So if you can see, here's Juanita, and here's a small power panda, and here's a very, very big panda. So we actually went out of our way and we got a big panda, and because this is to show it off to kids. We should be able to skip through these. There, see the children. These are, in this case, they're Italian children that are seeing it and loving it. Power panda, everybody wanted a photograph with the panda. It's hard to beat. And at one point then, let's just say somebody else got into the panda suit. But I want to show you this, if this will work. Where's my video? Video. The video want to play? Oh, maybe the video somewhere else. Sorry.
Yeah, I have to say there was actually a person in this panda suit. It was a moving panda.
Yeah, so let me see. Will this work?
Okay.
Can you see that?
No, we can't. All we can see is your explorer there.
Sorry.
That's okay. So we'll just give Owen one moment there. But yeah, the panda was very, very popular in Parma, in Italy there. And we'll also be using our giant panda suit for other promotion in primary schools around Ireland as well, to really get the children engaged. So Owen is going to just hopefully. So Owen was actually in the panda suit at this time and getting the children to dance with him there. So it was a really wonderful experience. So I see Joanne is messaging there. I'll message you back in a moment, Joanne. So I'll wrap up now. I know we're 5 minutes over time. Sincere thanks to everybody who came along to see our resources. There'll be a follow-on survey afterwards. I would really, really appreciate your feedback. Any ideas that you have. If you have any questions for any of our speakers, we're kind of out of time now to ask them, but please feel free to email me. You received the registration link from me. To join the session, so you should have my email address. And thank you very, very much to our guest speakers and our HealthCraft collaborators as well. I think we should be really proud of the resources that we've developed. So have a lovely rest of the week, everyone. Be healthy and be happy.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
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 See you later.
Bye. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.